right. Hey, it is Jen Eden here, and I'm going to talk about honestly one of my favorite topics today, which is sugar addiction real? Is it a real addiction? And as always, before I do that, if you will please kindly subscribe if you're new to my channel, I would be oh so grateful. And then as always, we can stay in touch. Okay, so let's jump right in. And there's so much I could say about this, but I am going to keep it as simple and as quick and to the point as possible. So, is sugar addiction real? I always say when a woman comes to see me and asks, well, is that real? I never think of myself as addicted. And I say, well, do you have an emotional reaction if you don't eat sugar or drink your glass of wine at night? Do you get an emotional reaction? Usually, sad, angry, you feel deprived. Actually, some women can actually feel depressed, yes, if you don't get what I call your fix. Number two, to know if sugar addiction is real, and you can decide for yourself, although I will reveal that at the end. Number two is, when you take it out, do you feel low, down? Women get cranky, really short the next day. Do you usually by day 3 have to have it and feel like someone has taken over your life, literally taken over your mind, that even though you've told yourself you're not going to have it, you then go ahead and have it? And so what I always refer to with women who come see me who aren't quite convinced that sugar addiction is a real addiction, because it is that I always say, you know, if a friend came to you, and really, we don't wish this upon anyone, but they said, look, I took a hit yesterday of cocaine. I know I have an issue there. Would you say to them, you'll do better tomorrow? Or would you say, wow, you really should go get some help? Because we know with cocaine, yes, and the same thing with alcohol for those who have struggled with alcohol addiction, yes, and have considered themselves alcoholics, you know that your mind will tell you one thing, but then you're off having it again. And I find time and time again with women with sugar addiction, they blame themselves. They blame their diet that they failed again, or some program they signed up for that they couldn't stick to, when the truth is, sugar is a socially acceptable legalized drug. I'm going to say it again. Sugar is a socially acceptable, which makes it really hard to call it an addiction because everyone's doing it, socially acceptable legalized drug. So when we think of it that way, and we couple that with studies, you may know these, that were done on rats where they divided rats, half were given cocaine and half were given cane sugar, right, to eat. And then they removed both of those and then gave those same rats a choice between the cocaine or the cane sugar. What do you think the rats actually went for? It's mind-blowing to me. They actually went for the cane sugar, like no joke. And why is that? Because cane sugar lights up the same part of the brain that cocaine does. You can check the research on that. It's mind-blowing. So I'll say it again, the way you wouldn't tell someone who was struggling with cocaine, you got this. Just go on another diet. Please stop doing that to yourself and to others, other friends you have. If they said, gosh, I had that wine last night, because there is sugar in wine. Okay, and we went out to dinner last night and I had some dessert, and gosh, I ate a sleeve. I'm known for this in the past. A sleeve of Oreos or Girl Scout cookies, those Thin Mints, those Samoas, right? They just kind of sneak up on you. Or that pint of ice cream at night, okay? It's not that it's your fault. It's a real addiction, and it's a chemical addiction. It affects the same part of the brain, I'm gonna say it again, the way cocaine does. So that is usually extremely enlightening for women, and it makes them, God willing, take the shame and the guilt and the blame off of themselves. And then they start thinking about what kind of lifestyle change do I need to make? What kind of program do I need to do that addresses that specifically? And I'm going to add it quick because it's just really something so brilliant that I developed many years ago. So the Sugar Freedom Method, for those who've been following me a while, is an anti-addiction and anti-inflammation program that has literally 100% success rate if you do what I say and you have the right mindset and you're 100% committed. And why? Because unless we have the tools, yes, to reprogram the brain so that we're not having an emotional reaction and then we always go to the sugar, and we can bypass that and have a new reaction, a new habit, you're not going to get past it, okay? As well as, I'll talk about this more, but having your gut health in order, okay, sleeping, hydration, there are so many pieces to this. For the highly sensitive women, which is everyone who comes to see me, learning how to handle your emotions, and those that are, for lack of a better way to say it, narcissistic, and who love to pull at our energy, until we're able to put that back in balance while using these tools to put our bodies back in balance, okay? And eat less chemicals, because chemicals are all part of this sugar addiction. Women really, it's temporary, the results, okay? So with that said today, I'll keep it nice and light and cheery. I really want you just to consider, do you have sugar addiction? Is it real for you? And stop blaming yourself, because it's not your fault. And if you are ready, then find something that you can do. You can always reach out to me. And let's get you unaddicted and back into your body and into a life, honestly, that you love waking up to. So, all right, I'll talk to you soon.